Are you looking for a Portuguese barbecue chicken recipe that tastes just as good as the one you get from the restaurants? Well, I'm glad you stopped by, guys, because today I'm going to show you how I make my very famous Piri Piri barbecue chicken. I'll teach you a really easy way to spatchcock a chicken, and then I'm going to give you my about to not be so secret recipe for the marinade that will give you that authentic Portuguese barbecue chicken taste. You ready? So right here I have a whole chicken, and you want to go for a broiler or a fryer that's 3 to 4 pounds. So you want to place it breast side down, and to spatchcock it, you have to cut out the spine. So working from the top down, you cut along the one side of the spine. And the best thing to use for this is a good pair of kitchen scissors. It's a little easier than using a knife. And if you wanted to start on the bottom and cut upwards, that works too. It doesn't matter. Do the same thing on the other side, and if you're having trouble at all, it's best to aim more towards the center of the bird rather than outward. The bones will be really soft there. So it should come off very easily like that, and I'm going to save that for stock, and I hope you do too. And now I'm going to flip the bird over, and I'm also going to remove the wingtips because I just think those would be better in the stock rather than on the barbecue. Okay, so now we're going to flip it breast side down again, and you want to look for the little part on the breastbone here that's kind of sticking out. It's that little white part that's kind of protruding outward. That's very soft, so it's easy to cut through that with a knife. So you want to cut in about 1 centimeter or so right in, and very easily it'll just snap open like that. Now you can take it and snap it open a little bit more because that bone is very soft. And right here it is going to snap open right there. And my apologies, I totally did not get that on camera. It was cropped out, but I think you get the idea. You're going to figure it out. It's very easy to do. And just like that, we have a spatchcock chicken. All right, now to make the marinade, we're going to start off with 4 green chilies. These are very hot peppers. So you can use other peppers like bird's eye chilies are very popular, but pretty much any hot pepper. And I know that these are quite hot, so I'm going to remove the seeds out of 3 of them, but leave them in 1 of them. I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces and add them to a blender container so we can puree it. So to this, I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic. Mine are fairly large, so if yours are smaller, throw in a few more. I have a tablespoon of soy sauce and 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. I'm using vegetable oil today, but if you have olive oil or canola, they'll work really well too. So puree this until it's nice and smooth. And now we're going to take this and add a few more other ingredients to it. So transfer it into a bowl. Now we're going to add the juice of 1 whole lemon. Some recipes also call for the zest, but that's up to you. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. Here comes 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. We have 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped parsley, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Now we're going to mix this together into a smooth paste, and this is a good time to remind you guys that if you're enjoying this video, and if you like my recipes, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And plus, as always, if you're looking for the complete recipe for this, the link for it is in the description down below. Alright, we're going to take our chicken, and we're going to pour that marinade all over it. Now some people like to put this in a Ziploc bag, but I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. You want to get every nook and cranny of that chicken covered with the marinade, and the best way to do that is with your hands, guys. I know, that's just the way it is. And I think I'll just throw away that excess marinade left on the plate. Just kidding, gotcha. So I'm going to get this all in there, and you want to let this marinate for ideally at least 4 hours. If you don't have 4 hours, then at least 1 hour, guys. Very important. I let mine go for 24, so this is the next day. And about 30 minutes before you grill it, you want to take your chicken out of the fridge and let it come to closer to room temperature. So now you don't want to throw away this marinade because we are going to be using it a little bit later. Now before we place our chicken on the barbecue, we want to just wipe off some of that excess marinade. It's not the best idea to place a really saucy piece of meat on a hot grill. So speaking of which, I'm oiling the grill with a paper towel and I heat it on very high. But now that I'm going to put the chicken on there, I'm going to bring it down to low because I'm going to cook this low and slow the whole way through. So place it skin side down on that really hot grill. That's going to give us those beautiful grill marks. And we're going to cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes like this with the lid closed. Be sure to check it at some point in between so it's not getting cremated under there. If you see a lot of flame spewing out, then you might want to leave the lid open or maybe move the chicken to another part of the grill. But after 15 minutes or so, it should look something like this. There should be these nice grill marks all over the skin. And now you can take that leftover marinade and brush it all over the chicken. Use it all up. And I know some of you might be thinking that this is not safe because that marinade was sitting in raw chicken, but we have quite a ways to go before this is fully cooked, guys, so don't sweat it. I'm not going to give you bad advice. Alright, now I'm going to close the lid and let this cook for another 15 minutes at a steady 300 to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, I strongly recommend you take a peek every now and then and make sure it's not burning under there. And now we're going to flip it one more time for another 15 minutes with the skin side down. That's going to help make the skin nice and crispy. And after that 15 minutes, we're going to flip it over yet one more time and let it finish the rest of the way skin side up like this. So keep the lid closed the majority of the time. So in total, my chicken took just over 1 hour to get it cooked the way I like it. And when you check the thickest part of the white meat, it should register 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And I did check the dark meat just to be curious, and as you can see, we're already in the 170s. So we are totally good to go. This guy is ready. But before we can dig in, we have to let it rest for at least 10 minutes. So I'm gonna tent it with a piece of foil. That little rest is so important, guys. Don't be tempted to dig in now. It won't be good. So this here is 10 minutes later, and we are ready for business. Just look at how beautiful and fall off the bone good that is, guys. Go give this recipe a try. Feel free to play with the ingredients as you wish, and let me know how it worked out for you by leaving me a comment down below. Please don't forget to share this video with all your friends on social media. And until the next time, guys, please be well, be safe, and I will see you all again very soon.